Imagine this: a land once flowing with abundance, suddenly gripped by a series of catastrophes so severe they brought a mighty empire to its knees. This is the story of ancient Egypt, a tale that has captivated minds for thousands of years. In today's video, we'll discover the links between ancient curses, modern mysteries, reflect on the lessons these timeless stories bring us today, and see how Pharaoh's stubbornness caused the destruction of his land. Before we get started, I just wanted to ask you to subscribe to the channel. You can do that by clicking the subscribe button below the video and hitting the notification bell so you'll get an alert whenever we post a new video, and I can help you on your walk with God. Let's return to the video. The 10 Plagues of Egypt, a divine punishment or natural disasters. The book of Exodus tells us of 10 devastating plagues that struck Egypt: water turning to blood, frogs overrunning the land, lice infesting every living thing, livestock struck down by disease, painful boils erupting on skin, hail raining from the sky, locusts devouring crops, darkness blanketing the land, and finally, the heart-wrenching death of the firstborn. But were these plagues truly divine intervention, a showcase of God's power against the hardened heart of Pharaoh? Or could there be natural explanations for these events? Some scholars suggest that the plagues might have been a series of interconnected natural disasters. They point to phenomena like red algae blooms that could turn water red, or volcanic eruptions that could cause atmospheric changes leading to darkness and storms. Others argue that the timing, intensity, and specific nature of the plagues, as described in the Bible, can only be explained by divine action. They see these events as God's way of demonstrating his supremacy over the Egyptian gods and Pharaoh's claimed divinity. As we delve deeper into this mystery, we must consider the cultural and historical context of ancient Egypt. The Pharaoh was not just a ruler, but a god-king, believed to have divine power over nature and the fate of his people. This brings us to our next burning question. Why did Pharaoh, in the face of such devastation, continue to resist? What drove his stubbornness, and what were the consequences of his defiance against what appeared to be divine will? Pharaoh's stubbornness, the consequences of defying God's will. As we journey deeper into this ancient tale, we find ourselves face to face with one of history's most infamous rulers, the Pharaoh of Egypt, a man of immense power, believed to be a living god, now locked in a battle of wills with the God of the Israelites. Time and time again, we see Pharaoh's heart hardening against the pleas of Moses and the increasingly severe plagues. But why? What could drive a ruler to risk the destruction of his entire kingdom? The book of Exodus gives us a glimpse into this complex situation. Here God suggests that Pharaoh's stubbornness was part of a greater plan. See what's written. "And in very deed for this cause have I raised thee up, for to shew in thee my power, and that my name may be declared throughout all the earth." But let's consider the human aspect. Pharaoh, raised to believe in his own divinity, suddenly faced with a power greater than his own. Can you imagine the inner turmoil? The fear of losing control, the threat to everything he believed about himself and his gods? With each plague, the stakes grew higher. The land suffered, the people cried out, yet Pharaoh remained unmoved. Was it pride, fear, or perhaps a genuine disbelief in the source of these calamities? The consequences of his defiance were severe. Not only did his kingdom suffer the plagues, but ultimately, Pharaoh lost his own firstborn son and a significant portion of his army in pursuit of the fleeing Israelites. This tale of stubbornness and its dire consequences echoes through time, reminding us of the potential cost of pride and the refusal to change in the face of overwhelming evidence. But the story doesn't end here. The impacts of these events rippled far beyond ancient Egypt. They became the stuff of legend, whispered about for millennia, which brings us to another mystery: the curse of the Pharaohs. As we step into modern times, we find archaeologists and explorers venturing into the tombs of ancient Egyptian rulers. But some of these adventures took dark turns, leading to unexplained deaths and misfortunes. Is it possible that the defiance of the pharaohs left a lasting mark? Could there be a connection between the plagues of ancient Egypt and the mysterious fates of those who disturbed the pharaoh's eternal rest? The mysterious deaths of tomb explorers, coincidence or ancient curse? Let's fast forward from ancient Egypt to the early 20th century. The world is gripped by Egyptomania, a fascination with all things related to ancient Egypt. Archaeologists and adventurers are racing to uncover the secrets hidden in the sands of time. But along with the excitement of discovery comes a series of unexplained events that have led many to wonder. Could there be more to the pharaoh's power than we thought? It all started with the discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb in 1922. Howard Carter, the archaeologist who made this incredible find, couldn't have known that his discovery would spark decades of speculation about a supposed curse of the pharaohs. Within months of the tomb's opening, strange occurrences began. Lord Carnarvon, Carter's financial backer, died from an infected mosquito bite. The lights in Cairo mysteriously went out at the exact moment of his death. Carter's pet canary was eaten by a cobra, the symbol of Egyptian royalty, on the day the tomb was opened. But it didn't stop there. Over the next decade, a dozen people connected to the discovery died under curious circumstances. Some passed away from seemingly natural causes, while others met more bizarre fates. Sir Archibald Douglas Reed, who x-rayed Tutankhamun's mummy, died of a mysterious illness. Prince Ali Camelfami Bey was shot dead by his wife, and Colonel the Honorable Aubrey Herbert went blind and died of blood poisoning after a dental procedure. These events captured the public imagination. Newspapers ran sensational stories about the mummy's curse, and people began to wonder if disturbing the pharaoh's rest could truly bring misfortune. But is there any truth to this idea? Some point to the warnings often inscribed on tomb walls, threatening divine retribution against those who disturb the pharaoh's eternal sleep. Others suggest that ancient Egyptians might have used poison or dangerous bacteria to protect the tombs, which could have remained active for thousands of years. Skeptics, on the other hand, argue that these deaths are simply coincidences blown out of proportion by media sensation and public fascination. They point out that many of the people involved in the excavations lived long, healthy lives. Could there be a connection between the plagues that struck ancient Egypt and these modern misfortunes? Is it possible that the power that hardened Pharaoh's heart and brought devastation to his land could somehow echo through the centuries? Or are we simply seeing patterns where none exist, driven by our human tendency to seek meaning in coincidence and our fascination with the unknown? The debate continues to this day, leaving us to wonder about the true nature of curses, the power of ancient beliefs, and the mysteries that still lie buried in the sands of Egypt. As we reach the end of our journey through time, from the ancient plagues of Egypt to the mysterious deaths of modern explorers, we're left with more questions than answers. But perhaps that's the beauty of stories like these. They challenge us to think, to wonder, and to explore the boundaries between faith, history, and science. The tale of the 10 plagues reminds us of the awesome power of divine intervention, while also inviting us to consider how natural phenomena might explain these events. Pharaoh's stubborn defiance serves as a timeless lesson about the consequences of pride and the importance of heeding warnings, no matter their source. And the so-called curse of the pharaohs stands as a testament to the enduring fascination we have with the ancient world and the mysteries it still holds. Whether you believe in curses or not, these stories remind us of the respect we owe to history and to cultures different from our own. In the end, what matters most is not whether we can prove or disprove these events, but what we can learn from them. The plagues of Egypt teach us about faith, humility, and the consequences of our actions. The discoveries of archaeologists show us the value of curiosity and the thrill of uncovering the past. And the mysteries that remain unsolved, they keep us questioning, learning, and growing. As we close this chapter, I invite you to reflect on these stories. What do they mean to you? How do they challenge your understanding of the world? And most importantly, what lessons can you take from them into your own life? Remember, the greatest mysteries are often those that reside within our own hearts and minds. May these ancient tales inspire you to explore, to question, and to seek understanding in your own journey through life. If you liked the video, please leave a comment and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and may God bless your life.